Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing on this Monday morning? This is Reganelite here. Hello, everyone. It is Monday, the 18th of August, 2025 at 11 a.m. UK time. We are dual streaming live on youtube.com/Reganelite and on twitch.tv/Reganelite1. We're going to be looking at today's daily quota. We're going to be looking at the local weather. We're going to be looking at the UK weather as a whole. Then we're going to look at a variety of different outlets, some from the UK and some from the world, just for reference, guys. I just want to give you guys, before we get started, a bit of a heads up, and I'll remind people, as some will be coming in from Dave McGuinness's show once he ends his show, but I just want to run this down just for you guys as well, just for reference here. I have a premiere video dropping tonight at 8 o'clock. For you guys, so I'm no live stream tonight, so no Viewpoint, but there is a Viewpoint show. I recorded it on Saturday, so if you guys don't have anywhere to go, no live streams or whatnot, and you want to see, there's basically some UK news that I haven't really talked about, that I've covered about 5 news stories plus one funny video. That'll be dropping tonight at 8 o'clock for you guys, so if you guys want to check that out, you can do so. Chances of me doing another live stream this week is very, very unlikely. If I do one, it might be Friday morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, but that's about the only possibility. But it would be very short notice if I did do one. So I was just wanting to make that clear for you guys. I have spent this morning, the early morning, I've recorded 14 short videos. So there is videos going to be dropping 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. from pretty much Tuesday to next week Monday. So they're done already. So some of them are already available to members, but there's some I've not done every single one available to members early because I don't want to give all the content away if I can help it. Yes, some of it will be a little bit 1 or 2 days behind possibly, but I do think I do want to keep content dropping on the channel despite myself being away. And after this live stream, after lunch, I plan to record, if possible, 14 videos, another 14 or dozen or so videos, main videos if possible. I do have 14 articles lined up for me. I just need to record them, and hopefully they will go well, and I can get them out, ready to record. So my plan is basically essentially having 4 videos a day dropping while I'm away, guys, from pretty much from Tuesday to Monday. And you've got on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you've already got your funny video dropping on Friday. You have Speaking My Mind dropping on Saturday, and you have a good news dropping on Sunday, respectfully there. So it'll be as if you guys won't even notice me on holiday because there'll be content dropping. Like you won't even notice. The only thing you'll notice is there'll be no live streams, but there'll be plenty of content dropping over the next week. There will be photos dropping for YouTube members of Dolly over the next from pretty much, I think from Wednesday, I'm going to be dropping pretty much loads of pictures every day of Dolly from Wednesday onwards at 12 p.m. So you guys will finally get to see some pictures of Dolly, our new cat. And I've done a bunch of polls, different polls as well, dropping over the week as well. So obviously developing news and whatnot, I won't be able to cover any of it, guys, here on the channel because, again, even though that I will be back home from Glasgow on Thursday, I'm just going to be all caught up in the wrestling, guys. I'm going to be way caught up in the wrestling. So I am taking, essentially, yeah, after today, I am taking a break from the channel, from the work until I won't be back, trying to get back into the swing of things until at least Monday. I'm not promising a live stream on Monday, even though I do have one scheduled, just because I don't know how my voice is going to be, after so much wrestling. So I just want to make that very clear to you guys. But also, I recorded on Saturday, and if you saw the post I did drop this morning, there is videos dropping of Rumble and Patreon pretty much throughout the whole week. I've seen some of the titles that are in them, so they'll be dropping at 12 o'clock UK time on Monday to Friday on those two, respectfully there. News, whether it's Middle East, Africa, and Patreon's now I'm going to be using Patreon to cover stories from America specifically, so I can dive a little bit more into them instead now. So I think yeah, I'm just going to stick mainly UK videos on here, and then I'm going to do USA videos on Patreon, and then Middle East, Africa, maybe videos on Rumble is what we're going to be doing going forward there. So just wanted to let you guys know that. There. Good morning, Billy Kershaw. Good to see you there. Hope you are doing well. Tim Ballon, good to see you there. Hope you are doing well. Thank you so much for your super chats at the round table last Thursday. I really appreciate them. Very generous of you. So honestly, thank you. I really do appreciate it. Doc Davis, good morning to you. Hope you are doing well. Mithril, good morning to you. Wichikoff, good to see you there. Hope you are doing well. You are so organised. You'd be surprised. I'm not as organised as you think, but I, you know, for me, this is my only, you know, YouTube is my main source of income, which is why I have to take it so seriously. And I always get paranoid whenever I go away, because it means that the channel gets hurt, which means my revenue gets hurt. So that's why I take it as seriously as I do. But guys, do check out Wichigoff's YouTube channel as well. And after next week, if I get a chance, I'll try and contact you and we'll see if we can arrange something as well. Ellie, good to see you there. Hope you are doing well as well. And anybody else who may be lurking in the chats. I'm going to kill my voice by the end of today, I swear to God. Hey, Dolly. You all right? I left the door open in case Dolly wanted to come in. I can't pull the camera to show you guys, I'm afraid. So you'll have to wait for photos, I'm afraid. But yeah, she's fine. She's fine. So today's daily quota is from Alice Walker here. Just hope she doesn't meow at me while I'm recording. Here. So here is today's daily quota, guys. Just a reminder, if you guys want to know the daily quotas while I'm away, you can just follow me on my social medias or on Discord. I will still continue to post them while I'm away. That won't change. So you will get them while I'm away, even though I'm not going to be live streaming, guys. So don't wait around for other people to be happy for you. Any happiness you get, you've got to make yourself. Don't wait around for other people to be happy for you. Any happiness you get, you've got to make for yourself. And that is from Alice Walker there. That's a very, very good one there. That's a very nice daily quote there. It's a very nice one for tomorrow, but unfortunately you're not going to see another daily quota on a Good Morning Show until maybe Friday, and that's a big maybe. So I will leave that there, unfortunately, but that is daily quota there. Alex Adams, good to see you there. Christina, good to see you there. Good morning to you both. Alison Keir, good morning to you. Hope you are doing well. And anybody else lurking in the chats there, good to see you all. Good to see you all. Right, let's just quickly run down the weather report, guys. So at the moment, I haven't even set this up here. Well, it seems like we've passed the main heat wave here. So at the moment here in London, it is 21 degrees. Maximum temperature today will be 24 degrees. Cloudy all day. Tiny bit of sunshine late in the evening, but sun is due to set at 8:16 p.m. tonight here in London. No rain forecast here. In terms of the 10-day forecast, I'm just going to give the full 10-day forecast because obviously I'm not going to be doing a live stream for a while. 24 degrees, obviously today maximum temperature, cloudy all day. Tuesday, cloudy all day with a maximum temperature of 25 degrees. This is London just for reference. Wednesday with cloudy with some sunshine, maximum temperature at 22 degrees. Thursday, cloudy with some sunshine, maximum temperature at 21 degrees. Friday, all day sunshine at 21 degrees. Saturday, sunny with some clouds at 23 degrees. Sunday, sunny with some clouds at 22 degrees. Next week, Monday, 23 degrees, sunshine all day. And then Tuesday, 23 degrees, cloudy all day. And there is forecast of rain next week, Wednesday, 35% chance of rain at 23 degrees. So temperatures are very, very good. Like there is still a bit warm, 24, 25, but overall weather is going to be pretty good for London for this week. Not too hot, not too warm, exactly the way I like it there, which is much more preferable there. So let us have a look at the weather here, guys. So we have as we can see, this is 7 o'clock in the evening here. We can still see some temperatures over 20 degrees here. 7 o'clock here today is what is forecast in some areas there. Glastonbury 24, 23 there, south of England here, or the west of England, 19, 20 degrees in some parts there we have there. Cardiff 23, Bridgend 22 there, so not too bad temperatures here in Wales. 2021 here later on today in the evenings there. And we can see in the Midlands there, 19, 20 degrees, very good temperatures, not too hot, not too cold, pretty much good solid temperatures. Like I said, cloudy all day, good temperatures, yeah, for everyone today we can see here. So going to be perfectly all right in the evening here. You can see a little bit warmer on the west of England there, but not too bad. As we move up into the south of Scotland from the north of England here, temperatures a little bit low in some places, but not too much change there. Glasgow 20, Edinburgh 16, Dunfermline 60, Dunbar 15. These are pretty ordinary temperatures here for Scotland. Fort William still 23, that's a little bit quite warm. Stonehaven 17, Aberdeen 15 there. Inverness 16 degrees. So temperatures are not too bad at all today for our friends up in Scotland. Tuesday, where I will be in Glasgow, I'll be heading up to Scotland tomorrow, just to remind you people. Mind you, lovely people, it'll be the first time me and my partner have ever set foot in the country of Scotland. We will be in Glasgow for a few days. I'm very much looking forward to it. So this is Tuesday afternoon at 1 o'clock. So we can see there 14, 16, 15 degrees right up in the north of Scotland there. Inverness 16 degrees, Fraserburgh 15 degrees there. Looks like there might be a few scattered showers here and there around, but nothing too bad. 16, 15 degrees, Stonehaven, Aberdeen there. Dundee 17, Fort Williams 19, Alban 19 degrees there, Stirling 17, Glasgow where I'm going to be 17 degrees, doesn't look too bad. Let me just have a quick look later on. 17, 18, not too bad temperatures. Yeah, I will be bringing a coat. I'm going to take a light jacket. I don't think I need a heavy jacket. Well, it depends on what the other forecast for the other days will be there. We'll be up Tuesday, all day Wednesday, and travelling back Thursday, just for reference there. 16, 17 degrees temperatures here, not too bad again. Then mild temperatures again, moving in from the south of Scotland into the north of England here, 17, 18, 19 degrees. Again, temperatures not too bad at all. Good temperatures, not too hot, not too cold. In my view, I think these are temperatures going to be pretty solid. You can see quite around. Still some 21, 22 degrees in some parts, obviously. We can see there. The other parts is not too bad. Looks like some bits of showers of rain is going to come and hit down in the west of England there. You can see there. And then Winchester, Brighton, Portsmouth, 23 degrees. So there are some warm temperatures there, which is not too bad. Let's have a look at what Wednesday's forecast is if we go to... what's going on here? So it's like a bit bugged out there. What's going on here? But it's a bit bugged out for some reason. I can't do 1 o'clock for something there. So Wednesday, 10 o'clock, cloudy all day. Look, temperatures here in the morning. 17 degrees, nice cool temperatures in England. Very good temperatures for Wednesday. So makes a good change there. That is for sure. 17, 16, 14 degrees there. Okay, it's just Dolly. Don't worry. 14, 15 degrees. Temperatures really not too bad for Wednesday morning in England. Makes a nice change. It's a nice change to see some lower temperatures. It's not going to be too bad for those in England. As we move up, let's have a look and see what temperature is going to be like in Scotland Wednesday morning. 14 degrees. Going to be might be a bit chilly for me and my missus, maybe. Nah, of course not. It's going to be fine. 14 degrees, respectfully there. 14, 14. So Alban 14, Dundee 14, Fort Williams 14. So a real drop in temperatures when you think about the to go to 7 o'clock in the evening. Real drop in temperatures from literally like a week ago, several days ago. You can see here just how the temperatures have really changed there. Quite amazing, guys. And lastly, we're going to have a quick look at Thursday before we get to the news. And here, day I travel back from Scotland. From Glasgow, 15, Stonehaven 15, temperatures here. Again, not too bad. 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 16, 17 degrees. Again, not too bad temperatures there. Should be pretty solid there. Doesn't look like there's forecast any rain, which is from the looks of it there. But it is possible that can change as well, because sometimes weather patterns, they don't always get they're not always 100% accurate about where the rain goes. There is always a possibility that sometimes they can get it wrong on them as well there. But temperatures, you can see there, low temperatures 19, 18, 19, 18, 19, some places hitting 20, but no, pretty good temperatures. Nice temperatures, a nice change, that is for sure, guys, that we've had for a while now. But if I just zoom out a little bit here, we can have a look at the rest of Europe here, just out of curiosity here. So we can see temperatures at the moment, Tuesday, although temperatures are dropping in some parts there, you can see still some warmer temperatures. Madrid still 41, Zagreb 27, Kiev 23, Rome 32 there. So there are still some still some warmer temperatures. Paris 27 there tomorrow. Wednesday, still some not some bad temperatures there. Much more dips in temperatures in many parts of Europe. Then some much needed drops. Still Rome 28 degrees there for Wednesday there, and then Thursday, these are some of the temperatures there. Paris 22, so the temperatures definitely dropped in France, but still Madrid 27, 29, Rome, and other places there. So those are just some of the temperatures. That's what I wanted to share with you guys out in Europe there. Normal names here. Hi Chips, good to see you there. Hope you're doing well. Doc Davis, are you hunting haggis? Do you mean the Twitter account online? No, I am not personally, no. Scott Hayes, good to see you there. Hope you are doing well. And Last Braveheart, good to see you there. I hope you are doing well. Just saying hello to anyone if I've missed anyone there looking in the chats. Right, let's have a look and see what some of the stories are looking at, guys, here. So this is the front of The Guardian under UK politics. Labour needs to pick things up after a tough first year, says Sadiq Khan. London Mayor said he has confidence we will turn it around as he addresses audience at the Edinburgh Fringe. Labour 2-0 down, but has time to turn things around, says Sadiq Khan. Maybe. I'm a bit scared. London Mayor says party supporters would be delusional if they did not recognise difficulties parties have had. Yeah, that's true. But they've done a lot of shooting themselves in the foot, though. That's the thing. The other mayor says Labour supporters would be delusional if they did not recognise the difficulties the party is facing since winning. It's not that people don't recognise the difficulties that they face. It's because Labour have made stupid decisions that they did not need to make. That's the problem. It's not that people don't recognise that the Conservatives left things in a mess. Everyone's aware of that. The problem is that Labour have done things that they did not need to do. They did not need to make. They've made choices and decisions they did not need to, and that's the thing that infuriates a lot of people. I mean, for God's sake, I mean, we're talking the disability cuts for just as one example, the disability cuts, for example, like that was just outrageous. It's just plain immoral. It was just plain immoral. I mean, that's just one, and they didn't even think about the consequences whatsoever there. Ex-Defence Secretary Graham Sharps criticised he is cleared to join missile startup. The former Defence Secretary allowed to take role chair of Cambridge Aerospace as long as he avoids defence matters. Parliamentary standard body has been criticised for clearing Graham Sharps, a former Conservative Defence Secretary, to join a defensive startup as long as he promises not to work on defensive matters. What do you have here to make sure that he doesn't do that? I mean, for crying out loud. In a ruling that rules scones from political ethnic experts, the advisory committee, on the evolving indoor between Westminster and business sectors, gave Sharp the green light to become the chair of the Cambridge Aerospace. Should have just said no. Sharps told Agora that the company, founded 3 months after the Conservative general election defeat last year, planned to develop technologies and reduce the risk of aviation. Disclosures showed he cited examples such as airport delays which caused by drones, which is due to be scrapped amidst allegations that Toothless agreed he could take up the position, provide strategic direction and high-level advice on condition that he did not work on matters related to defence. It's so you're not you can't. It's not like are you gonna supervise him? Are you gonna supervise him, making sure he doesn't say anything he doesn't need to say? The Labour MP Phil Brixley said that this explanation was stretching credibility given Cambridge Aerospace own public statements and bracketeers. The company says it's attracted around $100 million in funding, outlining its plans to possess the investors. This was reported by Upstart and subsequently obtained by The Guardian. Sides in the presentation described Cambridge Aerospace as a defensive tech company and refers to the need to prepare for a new era of warfare. Speaking to Bloomberg last month, Professor Steve Bennett, Cambridge Aerospace co-founder and longtime acquaintance of Sharp, said the company had one mission. This was to protect the UK and our allies from well-known threats that we face from the skies. What threats? I didn't know are we at war, guys? Are we at war? I wasn't aware we were at war. The company's first product, the dubbed Skyhammer, aims to intercept drones and cruise missiles, leading to comparisons with Israel's Iron Dome missile defense system. This is just another means to try and get more money out of the government. That's all this is, guys. Technology is understood to be initially intended to counter drones and could expand to include defensive against threats, including ballistic and hypersonic missiles. The firm is planning to operate from a engineering site in Munich, so not even in Britain, a manufacturing hub in the Polish city of... Oh. You're not even in Britain! You're not even in Britain! The engineering site... Oh, not even in Britain, obviously. Of course not. Why would it be in Britain? Yeah, he should not have been rejected. Like, he should not have been allowed. It's a conflict of interest. It's a blatant conflict of interest there. Alston, thank you so much for that £2 super chat, just to get the goal started. Yeah, thank you, appreciate it. Yeah. Over 300 million given to English councils to help house Ukrainian refugees. Upspend. I think that's one of my 14 videos I'm going to be covering. Same with this one. That's another video I'm going to be covering as well. I'm going to try and avoid the stories that I'm going to be covering if I can help it, guys. Hong Kong activist Charles says he's been granted asylum in the UK. I did have a short video on that, but this is obviously an update. One of the youngest people get jail sentence on security laws, post-home laws, greedy is well-rounded fear of persecution. Like, I did say that there are asylum applications getting accepted from Hong Kong. The Hong Kong independent activist Tony Chung said he's been granted asylum in the UK 2 years after fleeing the Chinese region. He revealed the news on his Instagram page on Sunday, a day after the former Hong Kong legislator said he had been granted asylum in Australia. Among dozens of pro-democracy activists targeted with arrest warrants and $1 million Hong Kong dollar bounties on authorities. Chung was one of the youngest people to be sentenced to jail under Hong Kong's draconian national security law, which was imposed by China in 2020 and essentially criminalised dissent in the former British colony. Posted a photo of a letter from the UK Home Office said that he has been granted refugee status and 5 years of residency in the UK. This means that we can accept you, have a well-founded fear of persecution, and therefore cannot return to your country, the letter said. Yeah, I mean, he's wanted, so makes sense. Anti-gang scheme in Liverpool boosts public confidence in police. Scheme has led to 5,300 arrests in a seizure of 630 kilograms of Class A and Class B jobs, according to Merseyside Police. The scheme aimed at tackling gang activity in Liverpool has brought about an increase in public confidence in the police for 3 years since the fatal shooting of the space of a week, police have said. Merseyside Police said the scheme, based on the principles of clearing an area of gang activity, holding it so that organised crime cannot return to it, and building a cohesive community, has led to a 300% increase in community intelligence, as well as more than 5,300 arrests and a seizure of 630 cars of Class A, Class B. It was one of the first forces in the country to receive Home Office funding for a clear, hold, build initiative known locally as Evolve, a spree of gun-related homicides in the area that took the lives of 9-year-old Olivia Pratt-Coble, 28-year-old Ashley Dane, and 22-year-old Sam Rivers in August 2022. Additionally, the police reportedly confiscating 216 offensive weapons, 28 firearms, and roughly $2.5 million in cash and assets, which they said will be reinvested into local communities. Speaking about the anniversary of the shooting that rocked Merseyside, Department Chair Sir Graham Robson said his team has seen a strong and positive response from the community. We get a really good response from communities who want to work with us, he said. We don't want these kind of tragedies occurring in our communities. One of the other things that we've seen is our intelligence reporting from communities is far higher access than our full Evolve area than it was previously. The Evolve project was originally launched after the death of Ellie Edwards, 26, who was killed in a shooting outside a pub in Wellesley on Christmas Eve 2022, and has received support throughout the city, with both Everton and Liverpool football fans providing weekly community events for locals. No, this is good stuff. This is very good stuff. I mean, obviously, why not just try this kind of scheme? If the scheme is working here, why not try this scheme in other places if it's proven to be successful? It's good. It's good to see. Good to see that. Good to see it's taking swift action there. Everyone just there. Right. Let's have a look at Sky News. Sky News never has a lot to offer because a lot of it's normally just analysis pieces. Stephen Kinnock sends message to his dad on Sky News after another controversial intervention. Okay. How a chaotic 24 hours unfolded ahead of Trump-Zelensky meeting. Yeah, not going to be able to cover it, guys, I'm afraid. So, look, yeah, I've avoided topics specifically on Ukraine. Yeah, just because I'm not going to be here to cover it. Starmer's allies have no choice but to keep their Trump criticisms implicit. Yep. 1,000 more Afghans affected by second data breach. I'm going to be covering that in a video. TikTok stars health government highlight risk of travelling abroad for cosmetic procedures. I'm pretty sure we saw that already. The battle to stop housing asylum hotels reaches a high court. I'm pretty sure I covered that in a video already. Government will not offer bailout to the UK's largest bioethanol plant. Cover that in a short video I have. Very, 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 very sad for that. That's happened. Homes evacuated as firefighters tackle huge blaze in a seaside town. Oh my god. Building which housed the Colgers of Clacton Furnace store and East Mobility Service store appears to be completely gutted to the blaze. This is in Clacton-on-Sea. Nigel, where are you? Firefighters have been tackling a huge blaze in an Essex seaside town which forced people to evacuate their homes. An image from the Essex County Fire Service, second photograph, shows there have been no reports of any injuries in the fire show. Service said the blaze cause investigate to do so. Has Nigel Farage said anything? Because it's in his area. All happened overnight. Has the MP said anything? Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it at all. I'll have to check. Probably might have said something on his Twitter. Waiting for the bailers, but nowhere to go. Sharp rise in disabled people facing homelessness. I have not seen this story. Homelessness support with physical ill health and disability increased faster than any other group. Support for needs of households of homeless people, prevention or support duty owned in their local authorities in England. Data forensics, news analysis from the Ministry of Housing Communities, local government statutory for homelessness lives tablets. Much higher history of mental health problems, physical ill health and disability. 69,000. Abuse and exploitation, 57,000. Drugs, 34,000. This is 2024, 2025. Learning and disabilities, 20,000. Young person or parent care leaver, 9,200. Mental health problems, 90,000. This is bad. This is obviously just specifically England here. Got any other graphs worth looking at? Yep. Most councils weren't able to provide details around accessible social housing. Requests to local authorities in England in November 2024 was from data forensics. Able to provide, unable to provide. The number of applicants on your waiting list for accessible housing. The average waiting time for accessible housing, unable to provide. Yes, because it's really bad. Must be really bad, which is not providing the data there. That's not good. The growth in the disabled population outpaced increase in accessible homes. The number of disabled people versus latest information on the number of homes that are fully accessible here in England. So it used to be 11.4 million. And it's now 16.1 million. That's in the space of 12 years. Well, 14 years, actually, if you look at it. Homes that are fully accessible, 0.9 million. 3.3 million. So we are... Yeah, the number... So there has been an increase in homes that are fully accessible. There has been an increase, which is a good sign there from 0.9 to 3.3. However, it's just not catching up right now. Yeah, it's not enough when it comes to disabled people there. That's a big problem. People with disabilities are less likely to be employment in their own home. Percentage of people who own their own home outright and employment status of working age, adults and disability status. in their own home outright, 40%. Non-disabled, 53%. In employment, working age, 53%. Non-disabled, 82%. These are not good numbers. Not good numbers, guys. I don't think I'll cover this in the video because I've got enough there, but it's certainly definitely one to look at. Campaign group that secured legal victory in definition of woman lodges a fresh case. Oh, piss off. The Scottish Women is claiming Hollywood guidance on transgender pupils in the Scottish Prison Service policy on the management of transgender people in custody is in a clear breach of the law. Oh my god, you people, seriously, leave transgender people alone, for fuck's sake. Sorry. I'm not going to get into it. Scammers using AI to impersonate Sir Bill Connolly. Well, they'll be impersonating lots of other people. It won't be just that. BBC pins a hope of culture shift on mugs and lanyards as Match of the Day returns over the weekend. With a new presenting lineup, bosses have their fingers crossed the recent run of controversies are nearing an end. Well, you got rid of Gary Lineker, so yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know if they're going to do that well. It's not even probably worth covering, to be fair. BBC will never be shy away of some kind of coverage, some kind of problematic coverage in some way, shape, or fashion, guys. The Green Party's at a crossroads. Is it time they get angry? Yes. Zach Polanski looks like he might be doing well in the polls so far from some things, but I'll have to wait and see on there. First groups of Gaza children to be brought to UK within the coming weeks. I'm going to be covering that in a video. Northern Ireland politicians signed letter urging MP to act now over Gaza. He does not care. Trade envoy resigns over Northern Cyprus visit. What's that all about? Why did he resign? Resigned as trade envoy following criticisms of his visit last week to the self-declared Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus. The territory isn't recognised by the UK government as Turkish troops have occupied Cyprus in northern since 1974. Mr. Khan, MP for Manchester, also met Turkish Cypriot leader Istin Tovar in a move which the Cypriot government described as absolutely condemnable and unacceptable. Mr. Khan told the BBC he paid for the trip himself and was visiting his nephew alongside receiving an honorary degree for an academic institution. He told it was best to stand down at his time, not to distract from the hard work. He insisted that his visit has been in a personal capacity during his parliamentary recess and was unrelated to his role as a trade envoy. He was also suggested that 20 British parliamentarians have visited Northern Cyprus without attracting similar criticism. So he's just basically got caught out here. Dame Priti Patel showing for a call for the MP resignation. Shut up, Priti Patel. Oh my god, you're the one to talk. So apparently other MPs have been doing the same thing, but he got caught out and has been sacked for it. Okay. He doesn't look like he's done anything too bad in my view from the looks of it there. Covering that tonight, the suspended Labour councillor and Farage on the House of Lords. That's going to be covered tonight as well in the premiere video. Thousands cross new channel small boats with new migrant deal with France. Let's have a look at the front of UK there. Police investigating strictly drug use claim. Okay. Expect smaller broccoli if heatwave continues, farmer warns. Yep, that's definitely going to be the case. Girl dies in beauty spa after incident in Walter. Man arrested after mobility scooter driver punched in the head. Mum fights for autism law after daughter's death. What kind of law are you looking at exactly? Campaigners whose daughter died in a mental health hospital is proposing a new law to give medical staff extra training on autism in women. Lindsay Bridge from Bournemouth was in the House of Commons last week to advocate for Lolly's law. Her daughter, Lauren, 20, from Bournemouth, fatally harmed herself at Poverty Hospital, Cheria Hospital in Stockport, Greater Manchester in February 2022. A petition started by her mother has garnered more than 230,000 signatures. It's been backed by Bournemouth West MP Jessica Tolls, who led the debate in Parliament. Mrs. Bridge said her daughter Lauren was diagnosed with autism when she was 17 years old and had struggled with her mental health. She was detained under the Mental Health Act and moved to a unit in Greater Manchester, 250 miles from her home in Dorset. Did she have to be moved that far away? Was there not something closer? I'm angry that my daughter is no longer here to live the life that she should be living, Miss Bridges said. Lauren was just the kindest soul who wanted to live life. Ms. Bridges said Lawyer's Law would see professionals having detailed and proper training in autism and how it presents itself in women. It also proposes for laboratory doors in psychiatric facilities and for the creation of anti-suicide and self-harm hubs, specifically designated for autism people. We've made a pact that together we would change the system, she said. Mrs. Tolles, who raised the petition in Parliament, says the need for change was so great that she would continue to fight alongside Miss Bridges to enact the law. There are about 2,000 people who are in mental health facilities at the moment who are misdiagnosed, she said. We want to build a care system that supports them, not isolates them. Miss Bridges says she was determined to prevent other families from suffering the same loss and pain as her. No one got lost in the system, and the loss is that we feel it because it's just heartbreaking, she said. But she drives me at times and feel like giving up. I have her voice saying, "Come on, mummy, we can do it." I hope, yeah, they continued. Yeah, I'm all for them fighting for this law. I think it sounds very reasonable, especially when if they've not been trained properly when it comes to that stuff. Any other stories here from the BBC? Not really. We'll leave that there. Let's have a look at some other stories around the world, guys. Like I said, because obviously I'm not going to be able to do a show like this for a while. Just a reminder, I'm going to be heading to Glasgow tomorrow for a couple of days. Just to remind you guys. This is from Al Jazeera, where they got saying, Trump says Ukraine Zelensky could end the war almost immediately. What, by giving up his territory? Is that what you're proposing? US President ramps up pressure on Ukrainian leaders to accept deal with Russia ahead of talks in DC. President Donald Trump has increased pressure on Ukraine to accept an agreement to end Russia's war, claiming that Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky could choose to end the conflict almost immediately. Addressing Zelensky a day before the high-stakes visit to the White House on Monday, Trump warned that the return of the Russian-occupied Crimea and Ukrainian membership of NATO would be off the table in any negotiated settlement. What that? What? Why? No. Why should Zelensky accept that? Why should Zelensky accept that? He shouldn't have to. Remember how it started? No getting back. Getting back. Obama gave Crimea 12 years ago without a shot being fired. No going back into NATO by Ukraine. Some things never change. He's not helping the situation. Trump. Oh, this meeting's not going to go well, is it? Morning, Dave. Again, it's good to see you, friend. Hope you're doing well. Trump's comments come as European leaders will set to accompany Zelensky on his visit to Washington, D.C. on Monday. Amid concerns in Brussels and Kyiv that the US president could sign off a deal. That is favourable to the Russian president. Zelensky said that previous concessions to Marco and Clinton had only emboldened Putin to wage more war. We all share a strong desire to end this war quickly and reliably, and peace must be lasting, Zelensky said on a post on X. Not like it was years ago when Ukraine was forced to give up Crimea as part of our east, part of our Donbass, and Putin simply used it as a springboard for a new attack, or when Ukraine was given so-called security guarantees in 1994, but it didn't work. Zelensky added that Crimea should not have been given up just then, just as Ukrainians did not give up on Kiev, Oskar, and Kharkov after 2022. Ukrainians are fighting for their land, for their independence, he said. While Trump indicated that a deal with Moscow would improve, some swapping changes in land between Russia and Zelensky has repeatedly ruled out handing over Ukrainian territory to the occupier. In the bid to press Trump to maintain support for Ukraine, European leaders, including European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, German Chancellor, French President, attending talks at the They're all attending Monday talks at the White House. Are they all going as well? Wasn't aware of that. Macron said on Sunday European leaders Zelensky would aim to present a united front in the face of Russian aggression. If we show weakness today in front of Russia, we're laying the groundwork for future conflicts. Yep. Despite Trump's dismissing possibly Ukrainian joining NATO, US Special Envoy Steve Witkoff said earlier on Sunday that Putin had agreed to support a security guarantee resembling the 22 members alliance collective data mandate during Friday's summit with US President in Alaska. We were able to win the following concessions: that the United States could offer Article 5-like protections, which is one of the reasons why Ukraine wants to be in NATO, Witkoff told CNN State of the Union. Under Article 5, an armed attack against a NATO member is considered an attack against all members of the alliance. Still, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio on Sunday sought to temper expectations, saying an agreement to end the war was a long way off. We're not at the principle of a peace agreement, Rubio told ABC News this week. We've made progress in the sense that we've identified potential areas of agreement, but there are some big areas of disagreement. I just don't buy this at all. I think Zelensky's going to turn around and say no, and Trump's going to get mad. I think that's what's going to happen. Trump's just going to get mad one way or another. Immediately, Trump said that 7 months ago, and he's trying it again 3 days. Still isn't immediately. Well, the problem is that he's spoken to Putin, and this is the thing. He'll just go wherever the wind blows him. Embassy slams Israel for delivery starving Palestinians in Gaza. At least 337 killed in Pakistan floods. I've covered that in a short video. More than 40 missing after boat capsized in Nigeria's Solkol. Myanmar's military government announces elections for December the 28th. Why? You can't have an election. You're at war. Country's in civil war and you want to have an election. India's purchase of Russian oil has to stop, says US trade advisor. Bolivia to hold presidential runoff between centrist and right winger. I have not covered this because obviously this is changing as we go along. Early results show centrist Rodrigo Pax take the lead with 32.8% of the vote in surprise outcome. Bolivia is heading to a presidential runoff between a centrist and right-wing candidate, confirming the end of 2 decades of government by the movement of socialism, according to the South American's Country Electoral Council. With more than 91% of the ballots counted on Sunday night, preliminary results show centrist Rodrigo Pax of the Christian Democratic Party in the lead with 32.8% of the votes. Conservative former interim president João Tico Quinlilia of the Auxilia Libre coalition was in second place with 24.4% of the vote, meaning he will face Paz, the son of a former left-leaning president, Jaime Paz, in a runoff election on October the 19th. Candidates need to surpass 50% or 40% with a 10-point margin of victory to avoid a runoff. Said the results in mass, which has governed the country since 2005, is out of the picture. They've had the same political party in power since 2005. No wonder they want to change. I can't answer that door. Some of the biggest prizes Newman said is that the front runners, none other. Somebody who was polling between 4th and 5th place until now. I can actually, guys. I'll be back in 1 second. I think I know what it is. 1 second. Sorry, that was actually a really important parcel. So there was one I was expecting today. Apologies, guys. Yeah, I don't know too much about Bolivia's elections. I don't know if any of you guys know any, but obviously, there looks like they're going to be going to a centre or far-right candidate. It looks like they're going to be getting. But it might turn out to be a good thing. We'll have to wait and see at the end of the road on that, guys. I think it's the best thing to say. Anything else here? Israel starving Gaza. 263 deaths from starvation, including 112 children. US cancels visas for medical evacuation patients from Gaza. Why? Why? Why would you do that? That's horrible. Why would you do such a thing? Absolutely terrible. Just a reminder, guys, we stop at 12 o'clock. We don't go further than that, just for reference as well. And there'll be no live stream tonight, but there will be a premiere video. So you guys can hang out in the chat tonight in the premiere video that I'll be dropping. I just won't be able to respond to your comments because I won't be there. This is from the Associated Press. What have we got here? Zelensky brings Europe's top leaders with him to meet Trump on ending Russia's war. This is the thing. I think this is much better because Trump may end up staying or doing stupid things, and that's where the European leaders will back up Zelensky here. Why Crimea is coveted by both Russia and Ukraine? Crimea belongs to Ukraine, does not belong to Russia. Okay, I don't care what happened in 20. Yes, Dolly. Okay, don't give me that look. I don't care what Putin says. I don't know why they're trying to make it out like it belongs to Russia. Hijack satellites and orbiting space stations. In the 21st century, space is a new battlefield. No, it's not. We're not there yet. Oh my God. He earned a small town trust. He owns 95 million in what authorities say was a Ponzi scheme. What is this story? For decades, Miles Burt Marshall was the man you went to see in a stretch of upstate in New York if you had some money to invest, but you wanted to keep it local, working in an office in Charming down the road, colleges. He also took money from somewhat sometimes called % fun. What's this about? Oh, it's just some. Marshall owned almost 1,000 people and organizations, about 95 million in principal and interest when he filed for bankruptcy protection 2 years ago, according to trustees filing. Oh, some of the 73-year-old business was indicted on charges that his investment business was a Ponzi scheme. He could face prison time if convicted. Marshall laws declined to comment. Total losses by Marshall investors fall short of the multi-billion Ponzi scheme mastermind by Bernie Madoff, but they loom large in a small college town of around 6,400 people in its largely rural areas surroundings. Looks like people got scammed there. That's not good. Commuters push back as... Oh, I'm good, thank you. Push back as gold miners return to South Dakota's Black Hills. Iraq starts activation of large mass grave site left by Islamic State. I'm covering that in a short video. Trump administration halts visas for people from Gaza after Laura Loomer questions arrivals. Like, why are they doing this? A day after conservative activist Laura Loomer posted videos on social media of children from Gaza arriving in the US for medical treatment and questioning how they got visas, State Department said it was halting all visas for people from Gaza pending a review. State Department said on Saturday visas would be stopped while it looks into how a small number of temporary medical humanitarian visas were issued in recent days. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said on Sunday that told Face the Nation at CBS that the action came after an outreach from multiple congressional offices asking questions about it. Rubio said there were just a small number of the visas issued to children in need of medical aid, but that they were accompanied by adults. The congressional offices reached out with evidence that some of the organizations bragging about and involved in acquiring these visas have strong links to groups like Hamas, he asserted, without providing evidence or naming those organizations. That sounds like something that Israel would say. Thank you for the £2 super chat, Alison Kier. That just sounds like something that Israel would say. You haven't got... So you're making a claim here about them without any evidence. As a result, we're going to pause the program and reevaluate how these visas are being vetted and what their relationship, if any, have been in these organizations to the processing and acquiring these visas. Bastards. California Democrats push for redistricting. I'm going to be talking about that. I'm talking a little bit about that. Not this particular topic, but a similar one on Patreon during the week. So I'm not going to talk about it here. Robots compete in sport events at China's World Humanoid Robot Games. Well, it's certainly different, that's for sure. Thieves grabbed 2 million in jewelry in Seattle heist. I'm pretty sure I've covered that I've covered that last week as well. Let's have a look and see what the Kiev Independent is saying, because I haven't got many stories from... That's the Independent. Where's my... There we go. I have to check my settings there. I've lost count. What's that? Oh, Scottish Perspective on the News. It's a 4 p.m. show. Yeah, I won't be able to attend that, I'm afraid, David. I apologise. I won't be able to attend that show, I'm afraid. Got too much to do today, I'm afraid. Ukraine shot down 3,200 Shahed-type drones from the helicopters in the past year, Chief Commander says. But if you're free, guys, do check it out. Trump says no NATO path or Crimea return as Zelensky comes to Washington for peace talks. Hungarian opposition leader calls on Russia not to interfere in Hungarian politics after their claim that EU seeks to unseat Orbán. Demand a clear reassurance that Russia will refrain from any act that could be classified as interfering in Russia's internal political process, including disinformation campaigns, cyber operations, or intimidation of political fears or citizens. Hungarian's opposition leader Peter Malgar has said he sounds like somebody that we would want to see in Hungary. Telling the Russians to basically stuff it. I hope they do oust Orbán. Russian strikes on Kharkiv kills 7, including toddler, injures 18 as Zelensky arrives in Washington. Russian strikes kills 8, injures 35 across Ukraine ahead of Trump-Zelensky meeting. 1,070,890 troops have been lost in Ukraine since the start of the war now, according to their report. Thank you again for another £2 super chat there, Alston. Appreciate it. Trump says no NATO path or Crimea return. Rubio denies European leaders coming to the White House to keep Zelensky from being bullied. He's saying they're not coming. So, okay, are they coming or they're not coming? I don't know. Yeah, so Rubio's saying when was that? That was 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so that might have been different now. Ukraine's long-range Flamingo cruise missile enters serial production, media reports. Russia seeks Ukraine surrender, not peace, as Macron says ahead of talks with Trump. And these are all old stories here, just some other ones there. I'm just looking on the, see what they got in the center here. All eyes on Kiev. Let's spot them. About to be sold out. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure, guys. It's going to be an interesting meeting. This is African news. What have we got here? African news. South Africa slams US human rights report as deeply flawed. Oh, what did they say about... Okay, I can't wait. What is this? Let's see this. Thank you, Aniston, for another £2 super chat. Appreciate it. South Africa's Department of International Relations Cooperation has strongly rejected the latest US human rights report on South Africa, calling it inaccurate, biased, and a distortion of the country's constitutional reality. 21-page document released by Washington this week claimed that South Africa's human rights situation has significantly worsened, citing land exploitations from Afrikaners, abuses against racial minorities, and alleged extrajudicial killings in provinces like KwaZulu-Natal. The DIRCO dismissed the claims as misleading, stressed that criminal suspects are formally arraigned in court and that reports relied on discredited accounts. The department also criticised the US for issuing judgments on other countries while itself refusing supervised by international mediation mechanisms like the UN Human Rights Council. You know that America's unsolved human rights challenges, including racial inequality and systematic violence. Exactly. International relations analysis echoed the point, saying the critique exposes a glaring inconsistency. This is a double standard by major proportions. South Africa's constitution meets international standards and goes further by including socio-economic rights to address historical injustices. In America, you have movements such as Black Lives Matter and Say Their Names, which highlights industrialized violence, specifically targeting people of color. Relations between Pretoria and Washington have remained strained, particularly since South Africa filed a case against Israel at the International Court of Justice over alleged violations of the Genocide Convention in Gaza. Tensions have worsened under Donald Trump's presidency when the US cut aid to South Africa and expelled its ambassador following criticisms of America's policies. Foreign Minister Ronald Lumber recently warned that repetitive US interference in South Africa's domestic affairs had pushed bilateral relations to a low. Yeah, they really should just, them saying South Africa's not following their human rights, and South Africa basically saying, well, you can talk, can't you? What else is there going on here on the side? Let me come out of this one here. Thank you. On that one I've already read, sorry. So we have the right number of Davies, then says Ellie there. I'm not sure what that's about. Burkina Faso repatriates Annie Fasco's body amid outcry for justice. Spain expands wildfire forces, record heat drives wildfires again. Record heat waves in Spain. New negotiations between the DR Congo and M23 rebels to take place in Qatar. Covered that in a short video that will drop out over the next couple of days. Israel strikes and protest demand Gaza war end, hostages release. Is that the protests in Israel? Yeah, these are the protests in Israel. Demonstrators blocking the street during a protest demanding the immediate release of hostages held by Hamas, calling for Israeli government to reverse this decision. So dozens of people have been arrested as thousands of Israelis took to the streets on Sunday in a nationwide strike. They are demanding the end to Israel's war in Gaza and the release of the remaining 50 hostages, of which 20 are believed to still be alive. As the protest unfolded across Israel, Netanyahu addressed his right-wing cabinet saying the war will continue. Our continued security over the Gaza Strip is one of our conditions of ending the war, he said. Netanyahu is not said that not only must Hamas disarm, but that Israel must enforce disarmament of Gaza by continuously action against attempted by any terrorist element to aim and organize. Israel's planned security control over the Gaza Strip has been rejected by Palestinians to draw international condemnation. Protesters fear further fighting could endanger 50 hostages still believed to be in Gaza, only of which about 20 are thought to be alive. Sunday is a working day in Israel. Many businesses and institutions said they will allow their staff to join the protest and call for by the hostages' families. Strike comes weeks after militant groups released videos of Immaculate hostages and Israel announced plans for a new offensive. Yep, they need to do more of this here. A major rally is due to take place from Tel Aviv. Hamas said it will only free captives if Israel agrees to end the war. Yeah, keep this pressure up, Israelis. Keep this pressure up. We need this. Everyone needs this. What else is there here? We've got about a couple of minutes left. I might look at one more website and then I'll just remind you guys what the plan is for the week again just before we head out. Do I have a different one I can use? Nope, that's cut off. Oh, I could use you. Let's have a quick look at CNN before we head out. Serbia's populist leader vows tough response for protesters following riots. When did this happen? I haven't seen this story. Oh, this is a couple of days ago. Serbia president on Sunday announced tough measures against anti-government protesters following days of riots in the streets throughout Serbia that have challenged his increasing autocratic rule in the Balkan country. I knew when he got elected that things would not go well in Serbia. Thousands of people defied Vucic's threat of a crackdown and protested later on Sunday in various Serbian towns, including the capital Belgrade, shouting arrest Vucic. The protesters demanded that all those detained in the past day be released. No incidents were reported. In one of his frequent TV addresses to the public, Vucic accused the anti-government demonstrators of pure terrorism and reiterated his claim that months of persistent protests against his rule has been orchestrated in the West and aimed at destroying Serbia. You have no evidence to support this claim. You are a terrible leader. The country is in great danger. Yeah, because you got elected, that's why. They've jeopardized all our values, normal life, individual Vucic said, alleging an elaborate scheme that would eventually install Artico leftist authorities in the future. He did not offer any concrete evidence for his claim. Listen, for the Serbian people, you guys are in this mess because you elected an idiot. Unless we undertake tougher steps in the question, yeah. I'm saying this for history, yeah. Stern warning comes after 5 consecutive nights of clashes between the protesters on one side and police and Vucic lawyers on the other. Angry protesters on Saturday evening torched Vucic governing Serbian Progress Party's offices in towns in Western Serbia and other ruling coalition allies. Demonstrators on Saturday evening also clashed with police in Belgrade, in the capital in the northern city of Novi Sad. Riot officers used tear gas, demonstrators hurled stun grenades and... Thank you, Alston, for that last £2 super chat, helping reach today's goal. Much appreciated. Thank you. Yeah, not good. This military judo has rebranded itself to whole elections, but a UN probe has found evidence of intensifying atrocities. That's in Myanmar. 2 premature babies died from suspected dish scoop contamination in Italy. Watchmaker Swatch apologizes for slanted eye after online backlash in China. Trump has vowed to free Jimmy Yang, and Hong Kong court is about to decide his fate. That's an old story. Putin gave final word in Alaska. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. So just before we head out, I just want to remind you guys I might do a live stream on Friday morning. If I do one on Friday morning, it's going to be at 8 o'clock in the morning. So, but no promises. No promises. I'm definitely going to do one. It will be 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm not going to do an 11 a.m. one because I have a wrestling show later on that day as well. So if I do decide to do one, and that's depending on how my voice is, because I'm doing 4 wrestling shows this week and I'm traveling up to Glasgow tomorrow evening. So, and I've got lots of content to record today still. So there is no live stream tonight. There's a premiere video of the Reganelite's Viewpoint dropping tonight at 8 o'clock. So if you guys want to watch that tonight, you can do so. It is basically like a live stream. The only difference is it's not live and I'm not there to talk back to you guys in the chat. That's the only thing, unfortunately. But you guys can attend it. I won't be able to attend it tonight. I might be able to pop in and say hello, but that's about the best that I can do. There will be videos and short videos I plan on dropping over the week. But no live streams at all apart from this one just now that I'm planning at the moment. As for Monday, guys, next week Monday, I don't know whether or not I will have a good morning show, just because I don't know how my voice will be. So that's why I'm not promising. That's why I haven't scheduled one. So I have to wait and see how that goes. But I have lots of posts scheduled. Dropping over the week as well, so there's plenty of stuff dropping on the channel, guys, while I'm away. I'm just the only thing is I'm just technically not here, so I just wanted to make that clear to you guys. But obviously there's going to be lots of other YouTubers going to be dropping lots of live streams and giving you up to date with some of the latest news. But I want to say thank you guys all for coming here today. Thank you guys for all your comments, much appreciated. And hopefully I will be back. If not Friday, I will definitely be back Monday, or for 100% I should be back Tuesday. But if something happens with my voice or whatnot, I'll let you guys know as well. So thank you again, Alistair Kier, for those super chats, and have a great week, whatever you guys are doing. But just before you go, if you can, hit that like button, be greatly appreciated. Share this across social media. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already as well. And do check out Rumble and Patreon content down below as well, guys. There's plenty of content going to be dropping over the week as well for them as well. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.